A 66-year-old man is brutally beaten in Butcher's Hill during an attempted robbery, left unconscious in the street. The brazen crime was caught on camera, and it's extremely difficult to watch, but even more difficult for the man who was attacked and residents who live nearby is the fact that a 15-year-old allegedly involved was arrested but then released because of his age. Community activist and neighbor of the victim in this case, Arch McGowan, is joining us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Patrice.
So you shared that video with our station. How hard is that for you to watch? It's someone you know.
Well, let me say, we're friends of the victim, and we are their family is friends of ours, and the victim's born and bred in Baltimore, based on that block, basically. And when it's somebody you know and care about, and then you see that video, I mean, I was sick to my stomach when I saw it. In fact, I didn't want to share it. And I talked to the victim, and I talked to his daughter and his wife, and they said, no, I think it should be shared. Can you get our story out there for us? And
he spoke with us, and he said, I feel like I'm hunted in my own neighborhood. I feel like we're breeding criminals, and that is not the way someone who lives and works and has a life here in the city should feel walking out their door.
Yeah, for sure. It's, you talk to residents who have been there a long time, you talk to residents who are new to the area, and the expression I come back with time and time again is there is a palpable sense of fear and lack of safety on the streets. And honestly, most of it's because of a subset of kids, teens, juveniles, whatever you want to call them, that are running around and causing violent crimes.
You are getting a petition going because you want DJS Secretary Vincent Schiraldi to resign. You think that he is part of this problem. Why do you say that?
Yeah, Governor Moore needs to fire Vincent Schiraldi. Plain and simple. I work in the private sector. When you're a head of a department or whatever within a company, and the numbers aren't going in the right direction, which clearly right now we're in a crisis mode with what's happening on the streets, what we have with our residents here, then it starts at the top, and the leader has to go. So that's my directive to Governor Moore, if he cares.
What do you want to see happen in that agency? What do we need from DJS to help start to solve this problem and turn things around? If he resigns, if he's replaced, what does that next person need to do?
Well, first of all, we spend $340 million, is what we will spend in 2025 of our hard-earned tax dollars on this agency, an agency that's veiled in secrecy. So the only time that we get a glimpse into it, that we can pierce that secrecy, is when these awful events happen, like the event last year with my neighbor, where I went into court and I testified, and I've done that before with these juvenile cases. And time again, Patrice, we see where the individuals, so they're in court, they're finally brought to court, and what they're given is probation, and that amounts to services, but there's no consequence on the end of it to make sure that they're going to be compliant with the services. And frankly, there's not funding a lot of times or real services that are in place. So we're just doing a lot of talk, but there's no action. And the result is that they are failing. And this is under Governor Wes Moore, who his slogan is, no one left behind. But yet there's four things. He's failing, obviously, the victim. He's failing the victim's family. He's failing the community. And then let's talk about the kids. They're ostensibly, the kids are being supported here. Like you want to, well, it's all about the kids that are doing this, right? Well, if it is, then why are we allowing these kids to run around unsupervised? They're supposed to be supervised. So to me, that's a civil rights violation on the population of Baltimore and actually the state of Maryland. We had a consent decree that the electeds of Baltimore asked for the police, right, back in 2016, because our civil rights were being violated by the police department. People were getting injured on the streets. How is this any different? I think that DGS should have a federally supervised consent decree. I think there should be discovery. And I think we should be able to look at these cases, see what's going on, because they're failing us.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave it there. I know a lot of people feel that way, so we'll see what happens with the petition and whether there's any action there. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.